where the sun meets the sky. Two hearts in rhythm, yet learning to fly. The open road whispers a hymn to the free. Home's not the place, it's the soul's steady plea. Oh, sojourners, keep wandering bold. Life's not in riches, but stories retold. Each mile a verse of the song we compose. The journey's the treasure, the path that we chose.
Yeah, I've only had breakfast and it's now 3:12, but I need so much to do this afternoon for pre-trip planning and being ready to hit the road tomorrow morning that I'm snacking. This is going to be my first meal prepared in the RV. I just wanted to do something really simple so that we can either use it up while we're on the road, or once we hit our first destination, I'll have an easy meal to prepare. It was funny, it kind of popped right into my head. As soon as I know I had to, plan for the trip and, what we'll be eating and where and what to do when we arrive. And my mother's recipe for spaghetti sauce came into my head, so it freezes so well. It's easy to put in different containers. Just pop it in the freezer and then just take out a container and heat that up and boil some noodles and you're set, right? So, I got my crock pot here and I've got my Instapot here. So I'm going to start with just browning the meat and throwing in, I cheat and I get frozen fajita veggies, and I throw those in for my vegetables for my meat. So don't judge, or judge if you like, don't matter to me. Of course, my mother never used ground turkey, but I'm going to use ground turkey. Saute. I'm a non-fancy cook and baker. I don't fuss about what I'm cooking. I cook it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, oops. My husband's so good, he'll probably eat it anyways. He's that forgiving. I love food. You can tell by looking at me. But I don't worry about whether it's measured. I just kind of throw it all together, and I know my mother's recipe really well. And probably over the years I have adapted it somewhat. I think we all do that. I do like following the recipe from beginning to end. And it depends on what it is for me to do that with. But for this purpose, I'll just wing it from my memory. Really, it's all the spices. This key ingredient is in the spices, for sure. So, yeah, Instapot's very handy in the fact that you can use it to saute. That way I'm not putting my oven on plus my My slow cooker is sitting in that spot so that I can throw this stuff in. And be done with it, because I have trip planning to do this afternoon. I have a freshwater tank I need to do a little bit of a sanitizing on, which means I have to fill it. I have to take it off of city water, fill it with some fresh sanitizing stuff. Then I have to let it sit for a bit. Then I have to drain it. Then I have to fill it, you know. We're going to be doing it. But yeah, I wanted to, because we had it sitting in storage for a while after our first July 4th weekend. We only came out once to de-winterize. So I want to freshen that whole tank. I know it could do with a refresh. Then I'll do back flushing later. And hopefully we can get to bed at a decent time. We haven't yet, but that's because still settling, there's still things that need to be put away. At this point now, I've got the bulk of it pretty well tucked and squirreled away, as I've been saying. And I just have to buckle down for some last minute stuff that is just kind of nagging me, that I just go, no, I don't feel like doing it. You can tell how the comfort level, or how much I have done or haven't done, by what drives me to keep going. If it's really messy and really disorganized and I can't see the floor kind of thing, then I'll be driven to keep going. But once I start seeing the floor and I have a place to sit my butt down, because again, this is where some things are, might not be where some things stay. So like my pantry is packed solid. Packed solid. Sort of with stuff quickly accessed in the front, but I'm sure that'll change. My biggest job right now is to start gathering spices, because I'm going to need a lot of them. And that's the one. Well, I mean, there's drawbacks to everything. There's drawbacks to studio apartments, there's drawbacks to large houses, and with a medium-sized travel trailer with cupboards that are deep, you have to haul a bunch of things out when you want some. But you know what? I'm not going to be cooking for a while, so having to pull out this stuff now, no worries. There you are. Somehow I must have had some sort of instincts for some of the stuff that I've put right up front. I thought I was going to be looking high and low for some stuff, but it's all been in fairly easy access. It's actually smelling really good. So I'm going to brown this. I need to run a fan, which is going to be really loud for recording, because Mother forgot to put her microphone on. So let me see if I can put the microphone on the fly. I have to change chargers. Or, I mean, charging cords. Oh. This one looks fancy. Yeah. course, you know, when you want to be a little quick, I just grabbed the first cord I saw, and it happens to be a fancy-dancy two-parter doohickey. Alright, I can't tell if it's charging, but I plugged it in anyways. And now I have a mic on, so hopefully that'll help when I go to do this. I'm already running a fan, a dehumidifier. But this won't take, I won't need it for long. Just till I finish browning it. Putting spices in it, and but first I'm going to add my cheat, which I'm really grateful for right now, because this isn't the time. I'm in such a time crunch that I don't want to be chopping vegetables right now. Handy dandy bag of fajita prepared veggies. They say I don't measure anything. I just poured the whole thing out. Again, thanks to watching a lot of YouTubers and that, you know, talk about what they do for travel days, I have picked up, like, the trail mix you usually get has things in it that I don't like. So I'm making our own trail mix. I just bought the individual bulk containers, and then I'm going to make a bunch of Ziploc bags of trail mix. So we'll always have trail mix in the truck as we travel. I'm probably going to change to a slotted spoon. I'm thinking about it because I think I have more than enough canned stuff that's going to be juicy. So won't take those. This sautés really nicely. It won't take those frozen, already pre-chopped vegetables to thaw and cook. Meanwhile, I'm going to start pouring all my canned stuff in here. My mother was a nurse, so every can top has to be rinsed and or wiped before opening. That's just me. Pause. Hubby calling. I'm back. More on what he called about later, because we're gonna record a video tonight too, before we hit the road tomorrow. As it's our first, gonna be a long, okay, there's so many things that have gone on. So we're sharing the driving. It just seems to be most efficient, especially when you're going on a long trip. Plus, if something ever has happened to one or the other can drive and is not freaking out. Well, hopefully not freaking out too bad. So to be more efficient, Tom devised a 12-hour of driving and 12 hours of resting. Now, obviously, we're not going to drive 12 hours completely non-stop. We are saying about depending on the gas tank, 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours per driver, switching, taking a 30-minute break, doing all the stuff that needs to be done. But the first day, because we've had such a crazy schedule for the past few days, just getting here to the campground and everything, we're going to do our first day, start out a little later, you know, be out for check-out time here, which is 11. And we're at Cinderella Motel and Campground on Grand Island, New York. Yeah, so we're going to do that. So we're going to cut our first day to a half day. We'll do 6 hours. And I think, you know what, that's a good way to segue into the rest of the trip, which is going to be quite long. Where are we going? I think I've said so. Texas. That's where our gate girding jobs are waiting for us, so we need to make money. We're semi-retired, not fully retired. And we'd want to be working anyways. We're just that kind of people. So that's almost ready for me to add spices. This is ready for me to find a can opener. Can opener. Where did I put that? Trying to remember if I've seen it since I've moved in. I was gonna say, wouldn't that be nasty? I'd have to go to the neighbors. Hey, I need a can opener real bad. Found it. It is a little warm in here. I could definitely do with putting on the AC. But then that'd be really loud. And truthfully, I don't really want to put the AC on because it's been getting so cold at night. Yes. The heat wave that we were under is nothing like before. So we're actually get down to probably 60 something here in the camper at night. This is not a Four Seasons at all camper. Just put it down. Where did I put the? It's hiding. So yeah, so to me it's like put it on for hours maybe, then turn off. I don't know. We'll see. When the thing is, Tom had to drop and run, so there's a bunch of stuff sitting outside. So he wants me to have, you know, the door open and be paying attention. Not that we don't trust our neighbors. We do. I tell you, it's true. You start making friends faster in a campground than you do in an apartment building. And they're just as close, if not closer, in a campground. Okay. There's quite a bit of liquid, so I'm not going to add my spices until I scoop these out into the pot of goodness. And then I'll add my spices because I don't want to drown my spices with too much liquid. The cans I'm putting in here are plenty liquid. And that's sauteed, so I need a slotted spoon. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that so it's done its job. It smells so good and I just started. Slotted spoon. Okay, one more can. Two stewed tomatoes. That's my usual. I'm going to debate whether to bring that in or not yet. Thinking about it. tomato paste. Am I showing you my mother's recipe? No. Hopefully that you don't get all the details. Besides, it's probably getting boring for you right about now. I'll just let you see some of it before I add some of the secret spices. Actually, it's not really a secret, I don't mind. Okay. Let's see how high we are in here. I haven't made this in, wow, many months. Maybe a year. We were working too hard. Although doing something like this is usually one of the things I did do is make a crock pot meal. But this one's a little bit more involved. I'm not, at this point I'm thinking of not adding the extra can of stewed tomatoes, but they're there in case I want them. I love stewed tomatoes. That's why I usually put 2 cans in. I'm now gonna put in my fajita mixture of vegetables and my ground turkey, minus all the juice that came from the turkey and from the frozen vegetables. I don't need that extra. I like my sauce nice and thick. And then all the spices get going. Pièce de résistance. Yeah, as I was saying before, I can do recipes and I will follow recipes if I'm looking for, if I'm trying to get something very precise, or if I haven't made it a million times. If I've made it a lot, then I don't use a recipe. For pies, I don't use a recipe to make a pie crust. I've just made so many of those. And yes, I have bananas in my face, but really, there's no counter space to give up. As you can see, I'm using everything I've got. And we didn't want to hang them from the ceiling, so this is where we decided. And I don't mind because I'm not usually hanging around here and it's a short period of time. So they go pretty fast because we both put them in our smoothies in the morning, so I ended up buying an extra set of bananas because I did a click list pickup for tops, and then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about trail mix and stuff. And so I went and got the trail mix stuff, but I saw bananas, and my head's always automatically, Tom needs bananas. So I got a second set of bananas. But you know what I did? I ripped each one apart, chucked them in the freezer. So they'll be the ones that go, when these go, then those ones go a little slower for smoothies. That's what I figured. It's better than letting them, I don't have time to bake banana muffins or banana bread right now, so. Man, this is going to be good. It's a little late in the afternoon, but I'll put it on, I'll start it off on high for 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll knock it down to low. Before we go to bed, I'll be done with it. Put it in containers, throw it in the freezer. Which is also going to be important because we're going to see how well we can keep food cold by putting in various Ziploc bags of ice. We found that it really brought the temperature down quickly when we were first starting up the absorption fridge and freezer. So yeah, we'll pop those in first thing in the morning. I'll make sure we have everything. I know ideally we should have a cooler. We just gave up. Yeah, we just donated the cooler because most of the time we really wouldn't have use for it. And we are going to be doing a lot of traveling. This looks really good the way it is. I'm not going to add another can of tomato sauce. Now it's time for spices. And I'll already go ahead and turn this up on high. By the time I'm done, she'll already start cooking. Sea salt, not too much. Black pepper, love it. I'm definitely get the big size because I go through that. I want my spices to get in there and not all be all lumped together at the top with all the spices. So add a couple of spices, stir it up. Add a couple more, stir it up. And then I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll be gone. Garlic powder. I'm technically allergic to garlic. I know, what am I doing? It's more like the crushed garlic, like that you get in the little bulbs. So I tend to, I can get away with a little bit, but if I forget and put in a whole bunch, then I get a really bad stomach ache. So usually powder's a lot better, but I have to be careful. I can put too much of that into. Nobody says you don't got no time. Maybe other people don't put time. I put a lot of things in. And I honestly don't remember if my mother put in time. I just do now. I know what the other stuff is. I just know it's going to taste delicious because I can already tell. Oregano. Be very generous with your oregano. As I start talking and I'm missing the very large target. You know what? They say it's for kicking Cajun seasoning, so you know what? A little bit of a little heat in your sauce is great. I already want to start tasting it because it already looks so stinking good. And you know, yes, I did a whole bunch of oregano, but Italian seasoning, come on, that's a must. And I can tell I can put a little bit more salt. But I think I'll do Himalayan next. trying to leave, are you? Back in there. Back to the Italian seasoning. Don't know if I got enough of that spicy wicey there. Okay, on to next. I believe my mother always liked putting in bay leaves. If not, I'll just put it in. What else can we pop in there? Oh yeah. I don't know. I happen to love this spice, so it tends to go in so many things. Garam masala. Those holes are just too small. Ancho chili peppers, that should pop up the heat a little bit more. I'm near the end of the things I'm going to put in there. But there's 2 items that my mother's always put in her spaghetti sauce that have made it the absolute wonder that it is. Once that starts to heat. Okay, so one of them I'm adapting a little differently because here we go where I have to take everything out. That's okay. I like the idea of the airtight containers because things stay better in them, and I want to keep weevils out, but they're a little bulky. Yes. So like I said, I don't mind you knowing if you're still watching. Coconut sugar in place of brown sugar. It's probably a Caribbean thing, and or an English adoption Caribbean thing. And Jamaican mother roasting in peace in heaven with my heavenly Father. Okay, and one more thing, una más. My overflow of spices didn't all fit in there, so I put my baking spices over there. Cinnamon. For those of you that waited. the last two ingredients you got to know. I think the biggest lesson I learned about cooking is it's really forgiving. You can just about correct anything, except when you dump the whole bottle of whatever in. And experimentation is good. Oh yes! That's it right there. Nothing else. Nothing else is needed. And now I'll let you see what it looks like, and then I'll let you go. Doesn't that look fantastic? Let me tell you, it tastes fantastic. Peace out.
Wheels roll west, where the sun meets the sky. Two hearts in rhythm, yet learning to fly. The open road whispers a hymn to the free. Home's not the place, it's the soul's steady plea. Oh, sojourners, keep wandering bold. Life's not in riches, but stories retold. Each mile a verse of the song we compose. The journey's the treasure, the path that we chose.